Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Viz, and welcome today to another squad builder. Now, this squad builder isn't so much about the team and how it plays in FIFA, but more about the team in real life. Some of you guys can see in the top left corner there, I've named this squad Arsenal 2013, and I would have named it Arsenal 2013/14 if I could, but I just couldn't fit that in the title. Some of you guys may or may not know I am an Arsenal fan. I've been supporting Arsenal for as long as I've been following football. Which hasn't been too long. I started getting into it a lot when I got to college, and that's thanks to my good friends at school. But yeah, so I've been an Arsenal fan through and through since really I started following football. But anyway, what I wanted to do is make a little prediction on what I think the Arsenal squad is going to look like for the 2013-2014 campaign. And not only what I think it will look like, but maybe more of what I hope it's going to look like. So I know there has been a lot of speculation on players. I mean, so many top quality players have been linked with Arsenal this summer. Higuain, Suarez, Rooney, Bernard from Brazil, and Julio Cesar. And unfortunately, we haven't signed anyone yet. And Wenger, that's kind of his style. He doesn't really let anybody know what's going on, or he doesn't really leak any rumors until the player has been signed, and then they officially announce him. But so I'm going to go through the players that I think, or I'm hoping to see in the squad. And so let's hop right into this. So as of right now, our goalie is Szczesny. And but what we are looking at right now, or what I'm hoping that we sign this summer, is Julio Cesar. And he had an absolutely spectacular season at QPR. And unfortunately, QPR got relegated, not regulated. So I think he's looking for a transfer away to a top level British Premier League team, and hopefully we're going to be able to pick him up because he has a lot more experience than Szczesny. Szczesny is a good keeper, but I think I would rather have Cesar in goal. Moving to center back, I don't think we're going to be having any changes here. We have Koscielny and Vermaelen. These guys are a really solid center back duo, and I know that I have Mertesacker on the bench. He's also a really solid defender for Arsenal, so I don't think too much is going to be changing there. And then at left back, we have Kieran Gibbs, of course, and then at right back, we have Bakaray Sanya. And these guys, I don't think too much is going to be changing with the defense, other than the goalie. Because actually, our defense, especially towards the end of the season, was really, really solid. But moving on to center mid, who I really hope we are able to sign is Marouane Fellaini. This guy has had an absolutely spectacular last couple of years with Everton, and I know he's definitely looking to make a step towards a bigger, better club. We need someone who's a much more physical and stronger presence in sort of our center midfield or center defensive midfield area. Right now, Mikel Arteta is filling in that position, and He's done a pretty decent job there, but I think we need someone who's more built for that position. Someone who can kind of bully players around, just a stronger physical presence. And I think that's what Fellaini can bring to the table. There have been reports about him that he's going to go to Manchester United, but then I hear stuff that he's still connected with Arsenal. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping he goes to Arsenal because we definitely could use a player like him. Now, at left mid, I am running Podolski. And I don't think anybody's going to be taking Podolski's position away in this team. Podolski's a really solid player, and I think he had an okay season last year, but I'm really looking for him to step up this season. I'm just going to make a quick note about this card in FIFA. Playing Podolski as a left mid was really frustrating. He only scored me 3 goals in 14 games, and that was because he's a left-footed player, and he has a 2-star weak foot, so a 2-star right foot. And it's so difficult to have a 2-star right-footed player at the left mid position. So when you cut in, I miss so many shots when I cut in with Podolski because you can't take those shots off his right foot. They're just extremely inaccurate, unfortunately. But when I was able to take a shot with his left foot, it is pretty ridiculous. Obviously, you can see by 89 pace, 89 shooting, he has a very, very good shot. Moving to right mid, I don't think this player is going to be changing either. Theo Walcott. It's probably one of my favorite players in the squad. He only scored me 1 goal in 14 games, but he has unbelievable pace, and I'm also really looking for him to have a breakout season this year. He had a spectacular season last year, maybe not spectacular, but I think he had like 12 goals and 12 assists from that right mid / right wing position. So I don't think anybody's going to be taking his position away from him anytime soon. And I'm definitely looking for him to maybe score a couple more goals this season. Moving on to our 2 center attacking mids, we have Wilshere and Santi Cazorla. And also, I don't think these guys are going to be changing, or anyone's going to be taking their positions from them in this upcoming season. Wilshere's finally getting good to go after his injury. He's been kind of on and off the bench for the last 2 years with an ankle injury that's been bothering him. And finally, he's getting like fully, truly recovered from that. And then we have Santi as well, and obviously Santi had an absolutely spectacular first season with Arsenal. And Wenger, if he doesn't play Santi as a starting 11 player, then he's absolutely crazy. And last but not least, there are several players I could have put in here. Obviously, I could have done Rooney, Higuain, or Suarez. And I put in Suarez just because I think there's been the most rumors connecting Arsenal with Suarez as opposed to Rooney and Higuain. And obviously, Higuain now is transferred to Napoli, which is really unfortunate. I would have loved to see him come to Arsenal. He's probably one of my favorite players on Real Madrid behind Cristiano Ronaldo. But yeah, so I mean, obviously Suarez is an absolutely spectacular player, and we need someone like a really strong goal-scoring threat to replace Van Persie. Van Persie obviously scored so many goals, and he was spectacular for Man U this season, and I think we're definitely lacking something in that striker position. And I think Suarez would fit the bill really well. Obviously, I think Rooney would be really good as well, but I think Suarez, I don't know. He had a better season last season, and I think that he could do a little better with Arsenal. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to speak about the team within FIFA really quick. One thing that I really want to mention is I absolutely hate the 4-5-1 formation. I have never played with it before, but this is kind of the formation that I needed to fit in all the players that I wanted to. And the thing that I didn't like about it was the 2 center attacking mids would push up. Obviously, they would push up behind the striker, but then for some reason, because there are 2 center attacking mids, it felt like the left and right mids would make really delayed pushes downfield. So sometimes I'd kind of swing the ball out to the outside, expecting them to be further up the pitch when they weren't. And actually, a lot of times, it almost felt to me like they were playing like a left wing back and a right wing back, like positions, similar to like you would have in a 5-back formation, which was really frustrating because sometimes they just kind of got lost. But actually, these 2 guys, Santi and Wilshere, had a bit of a love-hate relationship with them. They either had spectacular games for me or they just weren't able to do anything. Because obviously they're not the paciest players in the world. Sorry about that. But actually, Wilshere in one game, he did score me 4, which is pretty impressive. And then Santi, obviously, he has really good long shots and just really good shooting overall. Fellaini was a little bit of a disappointment to me as well. Not as well. He didn't, with that 90 heading, he did not score me as many goals as I would have liked him to, especially off of corners and stuff. But he has a pretty decent shot. And then Walcott, I picked up basically just for his pace, and he can just absolutely tear defenses apart with his 96 pace. And then Podolski on the left side, I really would have liked to play him as a right mid if I could, but there's no position modifier for that, and you can't. You'll ruin your chemistry if you play a left mid at the right mid position. But so he was all right there. I really wish I could have played him in a right mid, but the defense was pretty solid overall. The second Inform Koscielny is really a really solid player, really solid defender. Not too many complaints overall with the defense, and Julio Cesar was a pretty good goalie. There were a couple saves that he didn't make that I felt he should have, but I'll quickly show you guys my bench as well. You have Fabianski in the bench. I should have picked up Szczesny. I don't know why I didn't, because he's at a higher, he's currently the starting goalie, not Fabianski. And then we have Mertesacker, obviously. We have Abu Diaby, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, the team of the season, Mikel Arteta. I only played him in one game, just because Wilshere and Santi usually were able to do the job for me. Afobe, I'm not familiar with this guy. I just discovered him as I was putting this team together. I didn't play him in any games, and then of course we have Giroud as well, who I think if we get a player like Rooney or Suarez, he will definitely be playing behind them, playing second fiddle. But anyway, guys, that is what I am predicting for the 2013-2014 Arsenal squad. As of right now, we haven't signed either Fellaini or Suarez, unfortunately, and I'm really hoping that we can get around to doing that, because I think that would really improve the strength of this squad. But anyway, if you guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys would change any players in the squad, what you would do differently. But until next time, guys, my name is Viz. Peace out. Take it easy.